organization is a professional network. So if you're in IT, if you're in industry, you kind of get that thing, the connects over there very easily. I was very fond of this person back then. Can you see this person over here? So this is Robert Downey Jr. And there was a movie that actually came in that particular before that. That was the Iron Man. A YD student in first year and second year, and you end up getting a first class with distinction. So eZpedal is an urban mobility company. We are trying to solve the last mile mobility issue in India. Whenever you drive a product, Indian customer में ना aspirational value होनी चाहिए. Like, I don't think there's a problem with the Indian customer to buy high value product. It's just that is that product giving you that aspiration? Idea many people have. Okay, so it doesn't matter what idea you have or anything. Execution is the king.
Hello all, welcome back to my first podcast, which is known as the Real Success Talk, and we have a special guest with us. So he's my childhood friend, and right now he's into a level. I'll let you know about that. Before giving a brief introduction about him, his name is Nikhil. I used to think his spelling is Nikhil, but recently I known it is Nikheel. First of all, welcome Nikhil. Nikhil have completed his education from D.Y. Patil College. He have done Bachelor's of Engineering in Product Technology and Technicians. Completed his graduation in 2013. Then a roller coaster ride of his journey. I would like the viewers know, like what, or the listeners know, what was his journey all about.
Thank you so much, Sanju. Yes, we have been friends since like basically our childhood. So it's been like almost 32, 33 years that I've.
Yeah, 33 years.
I think I know you since. Yeah, I think we know each other since we were like 3 years old.
Yeah.
Literally grew up together.
Yeah.
So yeah, so just for the correction, I completed my graduation in 2015.
Oh, 2015. Okay.
Yeah, so I did it in 2015, and before that also I was in the entrepreneur journey, and I am in it. In terms of success story, I think my story is yet to be successful. I'm trying to do that. So hoping the best, keep doing my best to achieve something in life, and I try to do as much as possible and give my 100% in whatever the course of action is in day-to-day life.
So Nikhil, when I saw your LinkedIn profile, I see after your graduation, like you have done an engineering training program at ThyssenKrupp, right? So I just wanted to know more about it. Then I will let you know where are you right now. So before jumping into the big horizon, I wanted to know like how was your college life of engineering, and after that you joined as a trainee in a company called ThyssenKrupp.
Yes. So the story of ThyssenKrupp goes like my grandfather, my nana, was working in that organization for like almost 35 years, and there is this, Dashera, we go to the factory. So as a kid, I used to always go to that factory. It's a German MNC, and I used to be always amazed with the kind of products that they made. It was a big engineering company and one of the best in the world. So they used to make these whole crazy big machines, and I always felt since my childhood that one day I'll work over there for some of the other regards. During my engineering, so we had this internship semester, which in my course we had a Indo-German kind of a course. So for 6 months we need to do internship. So I decided that it was my kind of a childhood thing that I wanted to join that company, and I applied. I got into it for a training period of 6 months. And yeah, all the things that I had imagined, the structures, the big heavy jobs, all about the big manufacturing, the welding, rolling, all the processes, it was amazing. So yeah, as it's a big organization, I got into it. Initially got trained about how things are there. I got introduced to something called as SAP over there, the management software tool. Luckily, all the colleagues that I had in ThyssenKrupp were very supportive, and they wanted me to train easily, like better over there in all the things that is possible. The good part was that many of my Nana's friends were still there. So they recognized me, and they felt that I was one of them. So usually, in the organization, there's always these blue collar people, and there is a white collar staff. So my nana was a welder and a fitter in that particular company, and all his friends were still there. So it was good that they felt like their grandkid is working with them, and they were like giving me all the tips and tricks of the trade, what to do, what not to do, who's how, and what's the politics played in the departments and everything. So pretty much good handholding, I think, and I learned a lot amount of skills from there, how to manage a good amount of people. In the end of the 6 months, I ended up doing. That shop was called as Preparatory Shop. So I ended up managing the whole shop floor. There were almost like 30, 40 people who I had to manage day-to-day basis. And there was these huge cutting machines over there, which we call as plasma machine. And that eventually helped me to recommend my dad that we should also have this kind of machine in our factory in MIDC Bhosri. So today we have that same machine from that same brand in my father's organization as well, and that is because of ThyssenKrupp and what I learned from there. The whole management processes of how the machineries time are saved, how they're documented, what are the safety protocols. That somehow helped me in, even it helps me today in whatever I'm doing. So I think overall ThyssenKrupp was one of the first working in the industry experience for me in real time and full time scale. And I really enjoyed it, and I always cherish that I was lucky to be part of that big organization. And it was kind of a childhood dream come true, that what you have imagined from your childhood that you would one day be a part of this organization. And me and my sister, we always think that I want to work in Nana's factory and all that thing. And luckily, even my sister got in the same organization. She contributed over there for 3 years, and then she moved on. So a dream come true, and lucky to work over there for like 6 months.
So you talked about your nana, so that relates me because my dad was a junior of your nana. Like basically, they were friends.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
also that is also one connection that we have in common. You got that reference. So what do you think in today's world after people getting graduated, how they approach to the internship program, and is there any point like the referral is required? What is your point on that, right? So is referral
I
is
think
more required, or how the people should approach to it into internship?
I think the most important thing is that today's generation should do internship whenever and wherever is possible. So when I visit countries like Europe or US, I see many young people doing jobs at a very early age in life, like 14, 15. Even if they're from a very well-to family, they still work in a cafe or they work in some or the other kind of organization to somewhat get experience and earn some kind of pocket money for themselves. But in India, I think are very much highly concentrating towards the regular curriculum till we graduate. But when I see in the European culture or in the US culture, they start doing work at a very young, and they do not have this kind of a we feel that doing a work in a cafe is a very low grade job, and then if you're working in a IT company, it's a high grade job. So that difference is not. It's all about the experience, the communication skills that you gain, management skills that you gain, small things. So firstly, I would say that if do some kind of internship whenever they get a chance at whatever age that is possible in your lifetime. And I feel that today it's much easier to get an internship opportunity than it was in our time, at our 11th, 12th, or engineering days. In today's world, much more connected. If you go to LinkedIn, I get many people texting me on LinkedIn that do you have an internship opportunity for this post. Sometimes we have, sometimes we don't have, or we take the resumes, keep it in mind, and once we have that kind of an opportunity, tell people to connect to our HR or something like that. So I think LinkedIn is one of the biggest aspect that if you are on LinkedIn and you're putting in some or the other kind of your work, LinkedIn is a professional network. So if you're in IT, if you're in industry, you kind of get that thing, the connects over there very easily. Reference is a good thing to have. Like if somebody can recommend you, knowing you that you are a hardworking person, or maybe this is your skill set, it becomes easier for the employer also to take that recommendation. because he knows that if somebody is recommending a person, psychology, that person also is bound to keep the name of the person who has recommended it. So it's a win-win kind of a situation. So sometimes I take recommendations very seriously because I know if this person is referring the other person, it's a known channel. The guy should be good. That is why the other person is referring him. So yeah, preference do work, and it's not only about the reference though. Even if somebody is referring you, you have to make sure that you have the skill set to get the job done. So I think it's both the ways. Reference can only get you an interview, but cracking it is all your skills. Unless and until you have the skill set to get into that organization for even an internship, uh, it's required, man. I think people don't take that seriously nowadays, but startups or any MNCs, they think a lot while recruiting people even for internships. They at least expect that uh, the person should have a minimum set of knowledge base to work in an industry, some kind of ethical way and kind of discipline required to do the job. I feel today's generation doesn't get that matured even after their MBAs or even after their engineering degrees to do a corporate level of job, or what we work in the factory or the discipline that we have. That is one of my biggest complaints with I would say, the Zillennials and the Zen Alphas that you have right now. Millennials are, I think, very disciplined in that manner. I think our mom and dad made sure that we had a very disciplined life,
Yeah.
and even that is seen into our work culture as well. So I feel it very funny that the kids nowadays, they just come in and they give you some silly reasons for not being there on time or not coming to the office or not getting some or the other job done, and you feel very funny that, oh, this is something which is very immature-ish that you are saying this right now. So I feel, yeah, that's why people should start working at a very young age. I remember kids at our age group used to like distribute newspapers, and we remember the summer vacation. Some people used to like give the milk cans, bottles that we had, or the milk pouches, and they used to distribute newspapers on bicycle. So I think such things are should be pushed by the parents that, okay, you do some kind of the work. So for us, I used to go to my father's factory and do some other kind of work, like counting jobs or learn some small kind of things. So that's really important.
Coming back to your journey, so from trainee to a founder, how was that journey? How you mold yourself from a trainee to founder? And I know you've been doing lots of things. So I wanted you to start with your first venture, which was Enigma Automations, right? If I'm not wrong, how you started that journey?
I think before that, I would like to mention that I was also given an opportunity to be the student council member of my college. And I think my leadership journey or my entrepreneur journey would had start from like that position. That I was a technical secretary in my college. I had that leadership position to handle the college events, to handle the college budgeting and all those stuff in student council. That was the first leadership position that I got at a large scale. So due to that, we also got a chance to formulate a Robocon team. That is a robotics forum of our college, and we represented our college in various international, national robotics event, and that is where my journey started. Actually, that the Robocon and the robotics team, the college technical secretary, gave me a confidence that I am a good leader. I can manage stuff. I can do good. I have a good management skill. Is the realization came from there. The recognition, the rewarding system that the college had also played a big part into it. Managing your finances and everything, I learned at a very early age on a larger scale. So managing personal finances and all is very much in your control and very much easier than managing finances for an organization or for your particular department. Is something of a very tough job when you're in a college. So getting to know that, how to get the bills, how to other things, I think that is where the journey started. So during my first year of college, I actually flunked because I was too much into robotics. So I flunked my first year of college. And in the second year, I concentrated on building my skill sets in the workshop, doing the Robocon stuff and all those stuff. Uh, in second year of the college, I cleared my first year backlog subjects and I came back to the second year of college. Uh, I started doing this and I got the opportunity to become the technical secretary in the second year. So I was the youngest technical secretary of my college till date. Uh, that is where things happened that I became a very busy person in the college. And my focus somehow was not too much into studies. Though I understood the concepts, I understood how things are done, I understood what technicality is, but writing examination paper was not a part of my skill set, I would say. That is where I lacked. Later on, I'll tell you how I got to know that. So in the second year, I flunked again. That's the story how I ended up starting my first startup, because when I flunked, I knew that nobody is going to hire me because the college had a very strict criteria that you need to have an all clear subjects or at least not be year long for 2 years. So I knew that nobody is going to. I don't fit into the criteria of hiring criteria. So the college had the hiring criteria that any company used to come to the college for the placements. They would select only the students who have good curriculum marks, and it did depend upon what your technicality achievements are, or how many certificates you had, or how is your skill set. So I was very fond of this person back then. Can you see this person over here? So this is Robert Downey Jr. And he there was a movie that actually came in that particular before that. That was the Iron Man, and I was very fascinated with the concept of Jarvis, and how he manages the whole house and all those things. And one fine day, I was like just sitting with my friends, and I was saying that yeah, this is so cool. Like we should do something of this kind. And I was into robotics, so I said let's do a house which has like speaks and it does stuff, and it would be like a automated home and home automation. So my friend said, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am very serious. That I really love this concept." And he said, "Then let's do some research and all what we could do out of it." And eventually, when we did research, so we came to know that this can actually be done, and we thought there's a business case for it, that we should do home automation for people, and let's see how good we can do it. So home automation is like controlling your lights through voice, curtains through mechanisms and motors, your gate automation, doing high-end audio systems, automated lighting systems, mood lighting, your security systems, everything integrated on one platform. So that is where the journey started, and I interacted with my friend Gaurav Dhale at that point of time. So he agreed to be a part of it, and we started this together in 2013, way late in 2013, 2014. So that is how my first startup came into picture because of Iron Man. And we started the home automation business. It was a good journey. We were very young. We didn't have the mustaches and the beards at that point of time. So people used to see who are these kids and what are they talking about. First, I remember the first order that I got of Mr. Shitole. We did not have any of the products to show the demonstration. We only had a PPT, and I don't know how that guy trusted us on that. And one fine day, he just called us and he's like, "I don't know if you're going to make use of this money or going to waste it out, but I want to support young entrepreneurs. So I am giving you this order, and don't waste this money. I don't know what you're going to do with this money, but make sure that you make something out of it." And we uh, are, very lucky to have such people in our life who kind of supported us at that point of time. And today we are here because of those people that supported us at that point of time. So Mr. Shitole was very kind enough to give us a first check. And that was the first boost of confidence that I got, that yes, I can do this. And then it's a journey of learning. We went on with Enigma automations for a good 7 long years, from 2013 to sorry, 6 long years, I guess 2019. Yeah, 2019. In 2019, I was a part of Enigma automations. So almost a good 5 6 years that we spent in over there. Eventually, we were when I left the organization, we were like one of the known companies in the market. We had integrated a good amount of stuff, integrating Amazon Alexa on voice commands to control the houses. Did good enough projects, met amazing people who taught us so much in life. There were so many ups and downs in Enigma automations, which gave me good learnings. I cherish all those memories of what we went through. It was a complete roller coaster ride. Uh, Luckily, when I started Enigma Automations in second year of my college, the meetings, the real case scenarios of handling the employees, paying their salaries, paying the rent, these became the problem challenges later on in life. And my examination then was like not a big challenge for the third year. And somehow those things, started to feel very easier when you do some harder things in life. Okay. So I believe in that if you start doing hard things in life, the normal things what people are doing become very easier, and things get easier. Like it keeps on the smaller things get easier in your life, and you go on taking new goals, harder goals in life. So eventually, in third year, I came to know how to manage my time better. I used to do lectures in the morning, then go and do my meetings, my client meetings, my site visits, my training programs, and all those things. And I came to know how to write the examination paper according to the university pattern. And eventually, I ended up getting distinction in third year and fourth year. So my engineering degree says first class with distinction finally. And in final year, I eventually had a university rank also. So this is a very weird kind of situation that you are a YD student in first year and second year, and you end up getting a first class with distinction. So that is where the learning, the change, the experiences teaches you to how to navigate in difficult situations in life. And I think it's really important to have those experiences of failure. So I am lucky that I failed my first year and second year of engineering, which that's why I don't get scared anymore of failures. So I think all the failures I had at that point of time was good enough for me to know what failures are. 2019, I had to leave Enigma Automations for joining my father. I also had another startup at that point of time was in 2017. So in 2017, there was this new technology that came into market that was augmented reality and virtual reality. So we were the, I guess, third company in Pune to start AR VR content development and start working out with augmented reality and virtual reality products. So 2017, I did that. 2018, we worked out on few products, did that. But eventually in 2019, I had to shift both of the things. Yeah. From both of the things. In Enigma Virtualux, I had to like close off the company because I didn't feel that my time was there enough to handle both the things together. And Enigma Automations, I had to give it to my good friend and my business partner, Gaurav Dale. So I handed over the reins to his hand, and he decided to continue, and I decided to move on to my family business.
If you could let us know what is Dhanshree Enterprises and when it founded. I know it's founded long back. I know your dad was handling it, and then you coming as an operational head, director of operation. How people like nowadays you see lots of series which comes up. The बाप का धंधा है इसके लिए बेटा ज्वाइन किया and all that, and how the employees incorporate with you. So I wanted to know more stuff into that. I have been visited to the Dhanshree Enterprises and I seen employees working with you closely. They do not ever felt like that you are a son of the boss. You are the boss son. They always work with you as a close employee, and they had that bond with you. So I wanted to know more about it and how was that journey working as a director of operations with the Dhanshree Enterprise.
So basically, my father started with press tool businesses in 1994 with the name of Nikheel Industries. So he's a self-made man, and he started his journey with all the struggles. He started with a 500 square feet rented thing, and then eventually today we have the plant at Dhanshree Enterprises. So in 2004, we started with Dhanshree Enterprises, which was a steel cutting trading company at that point of time. Till 2012, we had only a smaller scale of machines, and then we ended up moving the plant to a bigger area in Sector 7. And eventually, we started doing the plasma cutting as well. So 2019, we wanted to expand into a region of laser cutting and expand the plant and set up some processes because there were some MNC companies coming joining. Like had some MNC clientele who wanted to work with us, and for that they needed somebody to transform the process systems and everything. Uh, it's like I kept on going to my dad's organization always. Like it was not like I didn't know what's going on. So even when I was working with when I was in my college or when I was in my engineering or even after that when I was with Enigma Virtualux and Enigma Automations, I still made sure that I went to the office, I checked on things, I kept a tab, I saw what people are doing and everything in that fashion. And whenever there was a critical decision to be taken, like a machinery to be bought or any expansion of that sort is to be done, my father used to always involve me in that particular discussion. So in 2019, just because we wanted to expand to laser technologies, I had to be a part of the organization and evolve the organization into a better company. So uh, the people over there knew me very well. They know my working styles and working skills. I took it slow. I understood whose skill set is what. Luckily, our people are well trained. They understand the criticality of aspects, and there are everybody is there since last 7 8 years. So I literally knew all the management people and everybody how they work or what is their domain. Eventually, I first started learning things from them of how to interact with clients and customers of what they do and understand the at the deepest level because over at a top level I knew what's going on, but going into the deep made me realize what are the challenges that we are facing, what are the things that I need to take care of, or what is the perspective because I came from a very different set of industry where people work in a very different way, and in MIDC people work away. So even the interactions that you have with the rural workers or the manager is at a very different level than what we had used to the Enigma automations and Virtualux. Even the clientels are different. We're dealing with a different set of people over here. Uh, Detail and is higher. So at initial 4 to 5 months, it was my job was only to learn and cope up with things. Once I knew what challenges are there, I started doing small step transitions and transformations like getting the new office done, finalizing the specs for the laser machine, studying the laser technology because it was new for everyone. So me being an engineer, I understood the specs and the other at a better aspect. Later on, we ended up buying the machine, setting up new processes, getting a new office, like an office space, which was designed in a better way. So I was a part of that office designing process also. And I had a better exposure because I was into an industry where you were dealing with interiors also. You understood that layouts and all the stuff because we used to work with architects a lot. So designing the shop floor layout, space management, walking, safety standards. So I had learned a lot of safety standards in ThyssenKrupp also, and then I started implementing those aspects at my family organization. Eventually, people were trained, and we started this training programs at a better level to upskill the company people as well, who used to work, who were working since long period of time. But training was not a thing that we did at that point of time. Then we started to do trainings. We started to upskill people a lot, hire new people, expand the team, get new customers on board, uh, get some level things done, and eventually it was a good transformation. We did a good amount of growth. So today then we also went into the engineering, like making the engineering level products because of my ThyssenKrupp experience. I need to build products like to large scale manufacturing. We had good customers. We did a project for Vande Bharat. So Vande Bharat trains, the bogie lifters were made in our factory. That was one of our customers. Then there was this Bombard named company which we did for a client, the mechanisms and everything for that lifters. A few good projects which during COVID was making the PSA plant, the shells and all, which was very high in demand and need at that point of time because oxygen was lacking with people and we were manufacturing those tanks as well. So we did quite a few amount of those tanks as well for the COVID period of time. Something we were proud of is we did a project for one of our good clients, which was for handling of chemical materials in one of the quota-based companies. and the precision level was very high. We also did a project for Tata in Mumbai for the some rehabilitation castings and casings. And one of the crown jewel projects that we did before we stopped doing project based work was Shri Bala Sahib Thackeray's Smaraks work. So his Smaraks built in Mumbai, and we were associated in doing some kind of work for that Smarak. So that is something that we are really proud of. That something as a monument is being built on his name, and we have a small amount of contribution in that particular aspect as well, which is going to be there for a long time. So yes, that was the journey. In 2022, I think things went out of hand. We expanded in such a huge time that the space lacked. Even though we had like 15,000 square feet of work area, we were lacking a huge amount of space, and we eventually had to stop taking projects and concentrate completely on the laser and plasma cutting business that we had. So then I was completely idle because I'm a person who was like who needs technical, working and my brain to be busy. So my father said, "See, we cannot do the expansion of the project business. We need to work on the plasma and cutting business that we had because that is like growing crazy now, and we cannot handle the space anymore. We need a new space." So eventually, then I decided to look out for what I can do more in technical aspect.
So eZpedal Rideshare. I want you to explain it all. What exactly it is? What is the? So now let's come. I know the Dhanshree industry was enterprise. It was started long back. Now I wanted to know from a product perspective, what is eZpedal Rideshare? What is the problem that you are solving? And I want to know everything about it. I don't want all the strategy, but I want to know what exactly is eZpedal Rideshare and the problem that you're solving right now.
So eZpedal is an urban mobility company. We are trying to solve the last mile mobility issue in India. So as you know that we have huge traffics. According to the latest TomTom index, Pune is ranking number seven in the traffic index. That is the high traffic zone that we have. Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad also is coming into a traffic zone now. So the traffic is going on increasing in the Indian cities. Middle class buying power has increased. You see more number of cars, more number of bikes on the road now, which is clustering the complete traffic zone. So even for the last mile, we face a lot amount of challenges. Now, government is building heavy infrastructure like metros are coming up, BRTs are being made. But when a person gets down from a station, even to go for like a distance of 5 kilometers or even a 3 kilometer, he's paying heavy amount. So from a personal experience, I can tell you that when we were in our incubation center near PCMC, the auto cluster is somewhere around 1 kilometer from the PCMC metro station. So from PCMC metro station to auto cluster, the rickshaw wala charges you 70 to 80 rupees, which is a hardly a distance of 1.2 kilometers. So that's a very big challenge. And apart from even if you have money, time is also of an essence. So you book a cab, the cab wala takes around 10 minutes to come there. You book a Ola rickshaw, he'll also take 10 minutes to come there. So eventually you end up not being there on time and you pay like a huge amount. So if you say that you're coming from Shivaji Nagar to your auto cluster, you pay like a 20 rupee ticket for the metro from coming 25 rupees, I think, not more than that, from the Shivaji Nagar metro station to the your PCMC metro station. That's a kilometer distance of 16 to 17 kilometers, if I'm not wrong. That is 20 rupees. And then when you get down on the metro station, you pay 60 rupees. So you are paying 3 to 4 times more. And the journey also takes a lot amount of time. If you decide to walk, it will take around 30 minutes or say 20 minutes to walk from there. So time is spent, money is spent, and we see India is becoming a obesity capital, diabetes capital now. You see diabetes medicine subscriptions are sold in every medical shops now. BP, sugar. So we are also getting into a very unhealthy lifestyle, especially in the IT sectors, and people are not finding time to exercise that well. So this is a great problem. Plus, because of the traffic, there is pollution as well. You see the level of pollutions that we have in city now, and way back when we were kids, We could easily walk on roads. We could play cricket and all those stuff. Now you do trying that on a roadside, you will feel you cannot do that anymore. I remember as kids we used to play on the footpath beside the road, and there were no cars or nothing like that point of time. So I think these are very high level problems in our tier one, tier two cities that we are trying to solve. So with eZpedal, we are solving this last mobility problem challenge. As a consumer in India, everybody wants to go from point to point. Nobody wants to do multi-point transport. So you want something in your premises that will take you to your office premises. So you end up getting a car or end up getting a bike. But not everybody can do that, or it's not healthy in that case. It will create traffic, and even you end up. So even if you want to go to buy a grocery now, the place that we stay, it takes so long. It's crowded. Even if you take a car or a bike, you still are ending up in the traffic jam for even buying your groceries in a last mile challenge. So with eZpedal, we are launching Pedelec. So Pedelec is a electric bicycle without a throttle. It has a sensor on your pedal. So your effort in riding a bicycle reduces. And there's a motor on the vehicle which is giving you power. A battery and a motor is there. And you when you pedal, so in a normal push bicycle, your regular bicycle, if you pedal one, you might go 4 meters. But with a pedelec, you will go like 3, 4 times more. So that's a very good concept. And it's a very popular concept among European cities. And even UK, Europe, a lot of people have switched to pedelecs actually. They cycle a lot as well in those countries. But pedelec is something which is a very revolutionary product, and that product is not being showcased a lot in India. I feel the market awareness is not there. So the story I'd like to tell you is that when I was looking out for an EV business, I was on tour for a exhibition in Europe, uh, where I knew one of my friend was working in the EV domain and was working with good number of organization, the UN, the EU based organizations in the European Union, and he was working on standardization legislations and everything. So with his LinkedIn post, I knew that he is up to something. So when I was in Germany, I just pinged him up that I am supposed to come here. I am looking for technical stuff. I am looking what to do. So he said, just come to my place. And I went over there. So that is where I first met Pedelec. And I came to know what the product is. And I was like, wow, why is this not in India? Because it literally solves many challenges of our last mile, in today's tier one cities. You have a vehicle which is so easy to use, so light to use. Uh, you feel great on it. The breeze coming onto your face, you get that adrenaline rush when you're like riding it. The push that you get, it's really very good. So it's like if you are doing horse riding, you get that adrenaline rush that you're doing something good, or the first time that you rode a bike, it's that kind of a feeling that this is wow, because we are used to have a certain kind of muscle memory with a bicycle, and now when you use this, you're like, wow, I have not wrote this kind of a stuff before, and it's very amazing. So I got that wow moment over there, and then we had a whole night discussion about what to do with this. And I said, bro, I just want to take this product to India and make this popular. So he said, yes, I have been trying to do that since last 4, 5 years now. And his name is Pratyush Srinivasan, my co-founder now. So that is where I met him again. He was with me in my engineering college. So he knew that I am a kind of a person who is really, if I'm into something, I'm into something completely. So he said that, okay, I'll help you out. Initially, he was not on board to be a part of the organization. He said that he'll help me out. So then I came back to India. I saw that what is rideshare in Europe. So rideshare basically in Europe is like you have bicycles parked in public spaces which you can go scan and use it. All electric bicycles, kick scooters are there, and I rode a few of them over there in Paris, in Berlin, in Frankfurt, and I felt amazing that this is something that India should have. India, we practically use rickshaws, we practically use cabs and all the stuff. So rideshare is something that we all do, and this is something that could be taken up, is what I felt at that point of time. So when I came back to India, I started working on the project very sincerely. I hired a few interns from engineering college, and I approached one of my designer friends, Shubham, to design a pedelec. So we wanted to first manufacture a pedelec in India and put it out to the Indian audience. Then I eventually came to know that there are already e-bicycles available in India, but are with throttle. So they have these throttle. So basically, it's like your Activa but with pedals. So a bicycle with a throttle is really a very scary situation. It is banned in Europe. So in Europe, you do not have e-bicycles with a throttle. It is completely banned due to various reasons. And in India, there is no regulation, so it is still allowed in India. And we have taken it from Chinese. So I think that's something I don't like about e-bicycles in India. So I decided that I should focus on making the e-bicycles for Indian market. Started studying about it, started working on various prototyping. Eventually, I came to know that in India, the bicycle manufacturing capital of the India is Ludhiana. So in Ludhiana, the industry is completely into bicycle manufacturing. I went to Ludhiana, checked out things, and came to know that the quality standards lacked into various domains. Because being from an automobile industry or being from the MIDC, I knew what quality is. And working with an MNC client coming from the experience of ThyssenKrupp and everything, I really didn't like the quality of manufacturing that was happening. Because, see, India is a cost conscious market. And the bicycle parts that they were manufacturing were being done in the same way since last 50, 40 years. Whatever new products were being done was from completely imported from China. So that quality aspect was really lacking. And then I really had a worry about the supply chain as well. Eventually, when I came to learn the sales chain also, so distribution, sales chain, I studied everything. How the e-bicycle as a product is being sold in India. I went to the retail shops. Nobody was ready to give me a bicycle ride, e-bicycle ride. They were like, no, we do not give test ride. We do not give test rides. There was only one company which we had to go to their office, which gave a test ride was e-Motorrad, which, by the way, right now is selling, I guess, one of the highest numbers in India. So I eventually came to know that, boss, if I want to do something with e-bicycles being popular in India, I cannot rely on the current supply chain and current sales channels. That we need to think something out of the box. Then things happened like my designer friend, had to quit because of his job in Netherlands. He was on board because Netherlands is a bicycling country and he had good exposure to the models and everything. So he had to quit because of his personal commitments. And then out of all of the sudden, Pratyush calls me up and says, "Hey, are you still doing this?" I'm like, "Yeah. I am doing it very study and everything." So he said, "I'm coming to India. Let's catch up." So he came to India, saw what I was doing, how I am doing it, all the dedication, and he's like, "Okay, I think I have decided that I can be a full part of this particular company, and let's grow it together." So that is when the company came into the picture. We registered the company. Pratyush was on board. We got a mentor who was also Pratyush's mentor, Mr. Hannes Neupert. He said he's an industry expert in LEV domain since last 40 years and a very well known figure in the industry. Mm-hmm. He said he will help us out on the technology aspect and all the other aspect. We then started to work really hard on the project level, on the product level as well. Mm-hmm. And then there was this eureka moment where we said, let's do a rideshare in India. So rideshare market in India is very scary market. But if we want to be true with our mission, that we want to give an experience of a pedelec to every Indian, and they should know what this product is, because pedelec is a kind of a product that if you don't ride it, you will not understand the importance or the happiness what that product can give you. And to whoever we have given a pedelec ride till date, we have got that smile from his face. So that is the most precious thing that I get, or the happiness that I get from whenever somebody tries a product. So we decided that we will get into the most difficult market, that is the government market. Yeah, we went on making all the business models, presentations, iterations of presentations, and everything. Eventually, we got a meeting with Smart City Pune and Smart City PCMC. Both of them were really interested. First, we started meetings with Smart City Pune. We showed them the thought process of what we are supposed to do and how we are supposed to do the rideshare. Uh, they told us, they guided us into certain aspect that how to do it, that we are a startup, so how should we change our approach to the government. A lot of documentations and all those processes, we went through it. We changed our business model a lot during those days. Once they were confident on us about the product that we are supposed to build, they said that okay, they are interested now. Then we started talking to the most difficult aspect of a startup is raising funds, because I had put in whatever I had at that point of time, whatever money I had left in my pocket, whatever Pratyush had with him, we had all in at that point of time to whatever we had. My dad was kind enough to lend his space in our Dhanshree Enterprises to establish our small office of 100 square feet over there. So I was working from that office, and me and Pratyush with our interns were working on the product. We started pitching a large amount of angel investors, VCs, strategic investors in the industry, and went on giving pitches. With every pitch that we gave, we got some feedback that what we need to change. We went for pitching competitions, so we got some interest from there as well. With every meeting that we did, we learned something and we changed our pitch deck. Eventually, one of my good old friends who had raised funds and had sold off his company also after earning a good amount of FT profits out of it. So he gave me an advice that I should talk to some professionals about the pitch deck, about all those things. We met good amount of graphic designers, good amount of analysts, business analysts, to make the models, the valuation models, and all those stuff. Did it at a very professional level. Then met some startup consultants as well. Joined an incubation center, which is the Pimpri Chinchwad incubation center, which we have in Auto Cluster. I joined that. We got good amount of exposure during that time. So this phase was almost from 2023 February to 2024 Feb. Our struggle during that time was like to all this period that I'm talking about when Pratyush came on board was Jan, and then meeting the smart city officials and everything. So in Jan 2024, we really clicked with one of our good investors in the industry. Uh, so we decided to go ahead with the strategic investors. So we had like two, three investors on board, and they were keen to invest. We at that point of time had whole product and whole business model aspect and everything sorted out at a very highest level. Everything was perfect. We just needed money to start. And luckily, the two or three people that we were on board at that point of time, one out of them was a person who had the best quality manufacturing in the industry. So we really vouched for it that okay, we had our like the quality standards were already there. So we made our quality chart about how our product should be manufactured, the processes and everything. And if somebody else, if we would want to manufacture with somebody else, we would have to set all those things. But with this guy, everything was already set. So we really wanted that badly that this guy should, be a part. And the person himself was so much thoughtful about sustainability, about the challenges that India is facing right now, commitment towards the environment very high. Like I have not seen a highly committed person to the environment in the industry till date of what he is even doing in his day-to-day life. See, everybody is committed to the environment, but what you do in your day-to-day life matters. What you do in your factory matters. What you do in your marketing matters. So this gentleman had that boxes ticked in everything that he did, every particular aspect that he did. So even our mentor was very keen with this particular person, and luckily they decided to invest in us. Uh, we were very happy to have him on board today. So once we had the fund, we approached both the smart cities again. PCMC was the one that gave us the approval very early. Shekhar sir, Bapu Sahib Gaikwad, and Sunil Pawar sir, Ashik Jain. There was Chitra ma'am, Uday sir. Like I would tell you, these people are like so fast and they're so dedicated towards social things. When they heard the project, everything was moved at a very faster pace. Shekhar sir was committed into the project completely. They asked us to give multiple presentations to their team, told us what the challenges would arise, got the solutions for that, and eventually we ended up making the final draft proposal and putting it out for the approval and the voting system. Uh, put it out in the front of the committee. The committee is also filled with the industry's experts, the citizens, and even the a lot amount of politicians in that. They loved it and they said that we want something in the city. They approved it. So then there was no looking back. So we are today supposed to launch. We are at the cusp of launching the services. The team building activity and everything was done at a very fast pace. My team is a very dedicated team, a mixed bunch of crazy ones, I'll tell you, committed towards the cause. And I feel proud to have such a team and working with them. In the whole journey, I was grateful to God that we met people who were so kind enough to help us, humble enough to listen to us, giving us opportunity. I don't know how we did it, how we came till here. Since day one, it's like I am leaving it to the God and moving ahead and hoping that if we are doing a good cause for the society, things will connect, the dots will connect. Somehow, God will give us better opportunity, and we are moving forward with that. It's just that there are rains right now, so our deployment is delayed.
Okay.
Otherwise, our deployment is supposed to be completed on 15th of August. So we are just waiting for the rains to stop completely and the flooding situation and everything stops. Once that is done, we would be deploying, and I think we should start by the September month with the rideshare program with PCMC first, and then with PMC eventually. This is
Okay.
going to be the first of its kind project in Asia
Okay.
on EN standards. We are following the EN standards, which is not done by the others, any other rideshare in India
Yeah, my
uh,
next question was that
for that matter.
itself.
Yes,
So my next question was
and
basically, before you complete, I just wanted to cut down so that you can continue. So if suppose a viewer who is watching this podcast or listening this podcast, he would think what you are doing different than YOLO or something, because YOLO is also doing the same thing, right?
yeah, yeah,
They are giving a bicycle, you are riding it to a point A destination to point B, and then that's how it works. So what you are doing different, and I also wanted to know, like, YOLO was not that successful because the bicycle was not that safe. People used to keep it anywhere at the location and just log it out from their app. I don't know how the technology. I will come to the technology part and all that, but I just want to know what is the difference first. Like if someone is listening to it.
yes. So basically, I'll tell you who are the competitors or who are the players in the market today. One is Yulu. Yulu was a player in the market. They are not a player in the market anymore for bicycle rideshare. They are doing a scooter-based rideshare now in Bangalore and few other parts of the country. They have moved their model. The people who are still doing bicycle rideshare are Smart Bike from Chandigarh. They are into some. These Chartered Bike is there. My Bike is there. Yana is there. Tilt is there. There are a few other who I don't remember the names right now, but they are there in the market who have been doing that. There were big failures in the Indian market like Pedal, Mobike from Zoomcar, Mobike from a Chinese-based organization. They were there in way back 2018, 2019. They failed. So the reasons of failures were like they were dockless models, most of them. The failed ones I'm talking about, not the ones which are there right now. So the failed models, we feel there are common factors. One is the dockless system. There were no docks, so people used to pick it up from anywhere and drop it at anywhere. The technology was at a very nascent stage at that point of time. They were tracking on a 2G based system. Now we have like 4G, 5G based system for tracking IoT, GPS mapping, and everything. Operations is where we feel that the lack was there. The operation systems lacked. Apart from that, India is really a cost competitive market. So keeping up to the cost is something really difficult. Apart from that, I feel these were backed by the Chinese companies. So when they failed at an international level, they had to shut shops in India as well. And looking at the the canvas of PCMC or the Pune, how which area to be launching, which area not to be launching. And during that time, even the infrastructure was not that great. Like now, we have dedicated bicycling lanes in PCMC and Pune. The smart city has been doing PCMC smart city has done good amount of bicycle laning in Pimple Saudagar, Wakad region, your Injawadi or Nigdi Pradikaran. You have bicycle lanes, dedicated bicycle lanes over there. In Pune also you have dedicated bicycle lanes. So during that time, these were also the situation of lacking. With Yulu also similar things happened that there was big amount of vandalism. The maturity among the people were less. COVID changed things a bit. Like people started taking health a bit into a conscious level. Bicycle riding came back with people after COVID. That is where the transition shift happened. Uh, we have competitors now also. Like I'll now talk about the competitors that we have in the today's market. Like Smart Bike is there, they are backed by Next Bike. Chartered is there, or other people are also there. So some people are backed by the international companies. Some people are local players. Like My Bike is a homegrown company. Dana is there. Tilt is a homegrown company. So they started this as well. But yeah, like what difference I would feel, I would not want to bad name anybody or talk about things that they are not doing this, they are not doing that. But it's just a observation of what we are doing different from them. So I would like to just concentrate on that. I am completely proud of what these people have got, and at least they are in the market doing something for the society. I respect them a lot. I have learned from them a lot. Like what model we have made is because of the mistakes that they have done and what they have changed in their products. So we have learned a lot from them, and we are lucky that we have those experiences in our market already been done, so that we don't make the same mistakes what they have done and learn from. So their learnings have been a critical element of our model designing also. So, firstly, we are based on EN standards. Our technology is based on EN standards. So, EN standards means that the safety aspect is higher, the product quality aspect is higher. We have a high cost of the product compared to their cost of the product. The technicality that we have put onto our vehicle is at the highest possible measures that we could do in India with the resources that we have. We have developed our own supply chain. Like most of the components are manufactured in India. There are only some limited amount of components which we import from China, like the cell and all, which is not being manufactured in India. That is one of the most important factors, because some parts of the competitors are like coming imported and all this other stuff. So we are also docked model. We are not a dockless model. So person can go from dock to dock is what we have designed as a system to. We have launched our model is concentrating on pedelec a lot. We have European standard pedelecs with us. We have our own IoT designs. We have our own dashboard designs. We have done that in house. We have our own in-house app team. So for the app, we have studied all the best apps possible in the world. Me and Pratyush, we have literally gone to the streets of Vienna, Frankfurt, Berlin, Paris, Bruges, a number of cities. We have sat there, we have checked their apps, their operation systems, what is good, what is bad, learning, doing the ground learnings of all the brands possible that we could do and learn from them. So our app is a very well thought of application that we have designed. We had a good amount of higher levels in the industry to come and give us the feedbacks on our app and change our app according to that. So a lot amount of iterations are gone in the app. The IoT module and everything also we have designed in house. So our team has a good experiences with that as well. Apart from that, operations is really something that we are very keen to do. So we have learned that operation is the essence of this game, and our operation model is pretty different than what the other competitors are doing. So I cannot put down everything into the words, but
Yeah, yeah, I know, I
there
know, I
are
know.
huge difference in technology, in operations, and also what I feel, Sanju, is like whenever you drive a product, Indian customer में ना aspirational value होनी चाहिए. Like I don't think there's a problem with the Indian customer to buy high value product. It's just that is that product giving you that aspiration?
Hmm.
कि ये product में वो दम है या I will feel cool when I do it. तो मेरे लिए I think when I think about when we were in the thought process of that product, we wanted to make our product cool, and somebody will pay if you give them the value out of it. Our mentor always kept on saying, make it cool, make it clean, make it convenient, make it comfortable. So there are like 4 C's that we
Yeah.
did. So Hannes always told us that you should follow these 4 C's and people will use it. So now with the metro, you see that people don't judge metro. Like, do I look cool if I go over there? Like in a bus, if somebody wants to go a bus, they will think twice.
Yep.
Okay, it's not comfortable, it is not convenient in that phase. But with metro, people is like, AC hai, lift hai, sab clean hai, ekdam convenient hai. People don't mind traveling to a metro, but they might mind traveling from a bus or a local for that matter when you are taking that consideration. So that is where our learning comes from, that you should give people a good service, a good quality product, a high end product, and trust people to use it well. Many people call me crazy when I tell them from the industry. I've met a lot amount of industry people, and they're like, "Pagal hai kya? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" Like, "Yeah, come on, trust people. You do whatever is possible in the product, but you should have faith in people that eventually they'll come around and they will start using this product nicely. If something is nice, they will appreciate it. They will actually, love it. And if you love it, you will really like to promote that product and really take it to the next. And in Europe, we have learned that if the product is good, people will use it. If product is not good, people will not use it. And again, then you blame the people that the things don't take up, or things is like people didn't use bicycles because India mein wo customer hai hi nahi. People talk about market size. People talk about कि इंडिया में राइड एंड शेयर में इतना ही धंधा बन सकता है. धंधा इज द वर्ड दैट दे से, इतना ही धंधा बन सकता है, इससे ज्यादा नहीं बन सकता. बट see, how many cities have you really saw a bicycle ride share or an e-bicycle ride share? How many people actually know what e-bicycle is? How many people have actually experienced it?
So
According to my
Go ahead.
is like 99% people don't know. 99.8% people don't know what e-bicycle is, or they have never rode an e-bicycle in India. So
That
I
was
think
my
for
next question. So how you would like you are like you are implementing it in first of all PCMC area, which is in Pune, like in Maharashtra and Pune. So how you would build that awareness, like people should use
yes,
it, or because as you know, I have been in Pune like for almost 33 years. In Pimpri Chinchwad, the roads are a big high, and you yourself know, right? In each house there are like two or three motorbikes, and even if person like they have that capability, they buy car, they always try to move around their own vehicle and find it to be like we can reach to the destination at a quicker time. They don't think about the traffic and all that. This is what the mentality I have seen in PCM's area. How you would change that and how that awareness would come up?
yes. So Sanju, answering this question, I would say that first of all, what we are trying to do right now by creating awareness is the first point. So my team is going on road, giving people experiences in community spaces, gardens, societies. They're approaching them, putting out experience events for people, giving them the experience, talking about the project, what we are putting into the roads on coming months, what the project is about. So we have these YouTube videos and everything created, a message from PCMC commissioner. So we are explaining them the good aspects about how things would change if we do that. So I think transformation is a slow thing, but Indian public is a very good adopter. I feel personally, as I see the technology curve of adoption in India is very high. Like you see, 6-7 years back, who were talking about UPI? Who was talking about scan and pay? Nobody was talking, right? इंडिया में पब्लिक बहुत अच्छे से अडॉप्ट करती है अगर पब्लिक को कोई चीज पसंद है तो दैट वी नो राइट see smartphones in India, what is smartphone before or mobile phones before, like 2012 के पहले 2012 28 9 10 के बाद जो इंडिया में स्मार्टफोन का बूम आया, see the data consumption, see the internet usage in India, uh, even the adoption of Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook is very high in India. So I feel Indian audience is a very good adopter, or Indian customer is a very good adopter. EV for that matter, two-wheeler or four-wheeler EVs that we have right now. Good product है तो लोग खरीदते हैं. So my first point is that transformation in Indian people is easy if you give them that kind of a product, if you give them the value of what they are doing. Now, see, basically the same thing that you told me, कि in every Indian household there is a car and there is a bike. Okay, so now there is another thing that people who have money will have a EV bike again, right? And there will be another bike for the wife.
Correct.
So we don't mind spending things, and we want that every Indian household should also have a pedelec.
Okay.
So this is like an additional product that you need to have like kind of thing.
Planning for the pedelec stuff also, so that everyone have their own pedelec, or rideshare is a one thing, and you have an expansion of more thing. Okay, got it. Now I got
Yes.
it.
So first thing, Sanju, is creating the awareness. Once people are aware of the product, once people like the product, once they start wanting to have that product in their own house, is when people will start to buy the product. So when they are buying, when that will happen later on in the company program that we have or the company plan of action that we have. The first step is to have a product with the domain, earn people's faith, earn people's recognition that okay, this is a good quality product, this is a good case product, and it's a fun to have product basically. So we want to do that. And first transformation, we don't want to make a transformation quickly to कि लोग साइकिल पे घर से ऑफिस जाएंगे. That is a transformation which will come eventually. Ki when people will start to feel convenience of taking that bicycle in the metro, getting down from that metro and taking a bicycle and reaching their office. So that is what happens in Europe. Okay, कि लोग bicycle लेके जाते हैं metro में छोड़ देते हैं वापस से they go and ride to their office. This is what happens over there. So this will eventually happen once the convenience starts. Metro routes बढ़ जाएंगे, public transport और clean, convenient and comfortable होगा. So this will eventually happen. So right now you need to set the basis right कि at least लोग ये चूज करें कि मेरे को अभी सब्जी लेने जाना है तो मैं बाइक पे जाऊँ कि मैं साइकिल करके जाऊँ. अगर मैं साइकिल करके जाऊँ तो मेरा आज का एक्सरसाइज हो जाएगा और कन्वीनियंट है, इतना डिफिकल्ट नहीं है करने के लिए. मेरे को शेव करने जाना है, ठीक है कन्वीनियंट है यार, बाइसिकल पे जाता हूँ, बाइसिकल पे आता हूँ. So people should start enjoying that feel कि अरे electric bicycle is a good product and we enjoy riding that electric bicycle. कि मेरे को एड्रेनलिन मिल रहा है उससे, मैं अच्छे से उसको हेल्थ बेनिफिट के लिए यूज कर रहा हूँ. तो लास्ट माइल इज द फर्स्ट कंसंट्रेशन कि पहले लोग इसको बिना खरीदे एक्सपीरियंस करें. We are charging 1 rupee, right? We are charging 1 rupee per minute. We are charging 50 paise for bicycle, 1 rupee per minute, and later on we are doing the subscriptions as well. तो इतने कम में अगर तुमको एक्सपीरियंस मिल रहा है तो people won't mind spending it at that point of time. So they get the experience, and once they get the experience, then they are like, अरे इसको खरीदने का किधर है? So Indian market में everybody thinks that Indian consumer in the bicycle domain, I think, is a cost conscious market. But I feel that people are also quality conscious in India and aspiration conscious in India. तुम्हारा प्रोडक्ट अगर क्वालिटी दे रहा है और एक अच्छे लेवल पे है, सेफ्टी है, तो people don't mind spending. How many people can actually afford an iPhone Pro?
No answer to it.
Right?
Yeah, I know. But now everyone
इंडिया में तो आईफोन का मार्केट बहुत बड़ा है ना. तो that's what I'm coming to कि यार लोग खरीदेंगे, बट तुम लोग वैसा प्रोडक्ट बनाओ, वैसा अपील करो, एस्पिरेशनल प्रोडक्ट बनाओ. तो एस्पिरेशनल प्रोडक्ट रहेगा तो मार्केट ग्रो हो गया. राइट नाउ इट इज ओनली दैट अवेयरनेस नहीं है मार्केट में अबाउट what a good quality product is or how what is the highest good quality product that you can get in the market. So our first job is to create the awareness, transform people to at least ride for a kilometer or two. कुछ नहीं, गार्डन में चलते चलते गए, बाइसिकल दिख गया, ठीक है यार एक राइड मार के आता हूँ, scan it, go take it and come. So that is where we are really targeting right now for a leisure or a health benefit or a just a normal grocery shopping wala cheese. That is what we are doing. And in our model, what we came to know is that, as I told you earlier, Indian consumer is a point-to-point commuter. So मैं अगर तेरे को, if I decide I want to keep this docking station on the main road, and I have to, as a consumer, I want to walk from my society to that docking station, which is 500 meters away. I will not want to do that. So that is why we did tie-ups with all the societies in the PCMC. And we approached all the societies in PCMC, asked them to, gave them an offer that we are doing this network. And if you want to have our network, take it in free of cost. So we are giving our network to the societies free of cost, putting our dock station over there. And whichever society wants to come on board for their extra, we are giving them extra mobility services. कि जैसा रिक्शा मिलेगा वैसे आपको हमारा bicycle भी मिलेगा यहाँ पे. So we did that and people came on board. So now we have this facility inside your society. You take the bicycle. If you want to go to the BRT, go to the BRT, drop the bicycle at another station. So we have a concept of a feeder station and a mother station. So mother station is, or the public dock station is like, it is on the BRT, metro, main, marketplaces, near gardens and all. So that is where our public dock stations are. Our community dock stations are inside the community, like office premises, malls, residential complexes. It is there. So people get a network. So eventually now, if I want to go to BRT, I take a bicycle from my society, drop it to the BRT, go by the BRT. Now the buses are also coming AC. So yeah, people will definitely find BRT a good option in coming years now. The EV buses are really cool to travel along. If I want to go to metro, now I can take the bicycle, go to the metro station, drop the bicycle over there and take a metro. I don't want to have a headache of where to park, search for a parking and that kind of thing. Then for my subscribers, we have a model where you can book. So when you start from your office from the metro and you want a ride in 20 minutes once you reach the station, you can pre-book that ride if you're a subscriber. So that is also something that we are doing for the consumers. The transformation point pay is like we want to transform first people to at least have an experience of the product, see what the product can bring in your life. If you feel that it can give you some amount of health benefit, you do that. If you are just using it as a leisure activity, you do that. If you want to go and commute, you do that. So that is where we are coming to, like just changing a little bit of mindset. And then later on, once we are expanding towards the whole pan city, if a person wants to rent from here, from PCMC to go to Shivaji Nagar on a bicycle, he would be able to do that later on. So this is where we are coming to. So यहाँ से लेके metro जा सकता है, metro drop कर सकता है, get down at Shivaji Nagar, take another bicycle of ours from there and go to his office and park it over there. That is the ideal way of having things in future. Apart from this, in last mile, we are also doing the delivery segment. We are launching a delivery segment also. So we'll have our own bicycle riding fleets because it's very easy to ride a pedelec and it gives you good. And eventually, you don't need a license to drive it, or the product price is also less. So we will also do that. Ki at least this Swiggy Zomato people do not have to spend too much on the petrol cost. Pollution is changed. Swiggy Zomato Blinkit has also launched a green mission plans. So we also want to contribute on that level. Ki we have a fleet of operators who are operating in the same area that we are for the public rideshare. We could give them good service of maintenance and all these aspects, and they would be able to deliver their products at a cheaper cost and in a healthier way. So that is also some aspect of our transformation that we want to do.
Rain, go away. Nikhil and Pratyush want to launch eZpedal rideshare. That would be only my prayers to God. So, like, we are almost up to time. So, I just wanted to ask one question. So, a person like now you had been in this journey since long. A new now you know like there are lots of youth entrepreneurs coming up, and people who are getting out of their education. They have lots of ideas, so how to channelize that idea, and if you think that can bring up a change in not only in the industries but also in like as you're doing it is more towards an environmental change, like taking more stuffs into mind. So I wanted to know a person who have an idea and how he can be who can start his journey towards entrepreneurship, and how can he build up. So if any point to that a new upcoming person that you would suggest as a mentor?
So first of all, Sanju, I think idea many people have. Okay, so it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what idea you have or anything. Execution is the king. So if you have an idea, you need to find ways in executing the idea, putting that idea on paper. Start by putting that idea on paper, working on the business model, understanding the business, studying the business of what it can get, what impact it can make, what is the revenue model of the business. what is the challenges that you might get, what are the government compliances of that business, what are the taxation policies of the government for that business, what is the supply chain, how the product will create an impact. These are the certain thought processes that can go. After that, it is all about executing that business. Start slow, start low, start small, start by doing the services and all those things. But eventually, you'll end up building a product. You never know what product you are going to build with the idea that you have at the first stage. I never thought I would get into the rideshare in 2022, but 2024, I am in a rideshare. I'm launching the product. But initially, the idea was to do something with pedelec, and then the business model came, the iterations came in the process. It's a journey basically. I don't think anybody on the day one has the whole idea and everything thought कि नहीं business ऐसा बनेगा, business ये होगा वो होगा. Nobody has it. Any business, you go to any founder, you go to any entrepreneur, ask him, did you have all the things sorted and all the things thought on the day one itself? He'll say no. I did that stepwise. Eventually I came there. पहले दिन पे कुछ नहीं होता है. तो सबसे बड़ा misconception and सबसे बड़ा lie is that you need to have everything thought of. You need to have that idea should be big. Idea many people have, man. There have been super ideas that I had long back, but execution, what you're actually executing, what you're putting on paper, what calculations you're making, what prototypes you're making. Start making prototypes. Start working onto the idea. Talk to people. Go to pitch decks. See what different business models are. How people have executed their idea in the world. But doing things practically matters. And what happens eventually is you might fail. See, I take that my first two startups are failure because I did not end up doing big with it. Okay, so I take it as a failure for myself. But even my flunking in my engineering or working with my dad, these all are the dots that has connected. So today at eZpedal, what I am doing is all because of those experiences. I do not need to hire an integration engineer on my vehicle or on my my station because I myself was in an integration business in home and office automation. With Enigma Virtualux, I understood how to create apps, websites, and all those integrities of an IT business. So that I'm using today in my app building. So my flunking in my engineering days has taught me that you should never give up, restart again and again, again and again, and eventually it will come to you what you are actually supposed to do in life. With eZpedal rideshare, I would say that if you say ki Nikhil, if you get a chance to take eZpedal rideshare as your first business, will you do it? I'll say no, because then I would have not got all those experiences from my all two businesses earlier, like financial, governmental experiences, and whatever I had in that amazing journey that I had in my 10 years of my career earlier. So that is what my message is, that आइडिया नहीं होता है सब कुछ. आइडिया से एग्जीक्यूशन क्या करते हो, दैट इज व्हाट द थिंग इज. एंड यू विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड in the first iteration, second iteration of what you will eventually end up doing. You do things continuously and then eventually think what you're doing different or what you can do different in this journey. That is how businesses are built, and that is how people make good businesses. Keep on doing iterations, keep on pivoting to point, keep on changing your business model. Think about the customer, get the feedbacks. A lot amount of feedback is important. My day one PPT, if you see, for my first investor, what I pitched, and the investors PPT that I have today, it's like after 80 iterations, man, 80, 90 iterations. In my Canva, you will see iteration 1, 10, a lot of things. So that's the key of success, that you should go on doing iterations, but start. You will not reach there unless and until you start. But if you just keep on thinking, my idea is not that big, what if this is not thought of, what is not that thought of, then you will keep on thinking, and eventually somebody else will end up executing that idea, and then you will be like, Arey, even I had this idea. Somebody on Shark Tank will come out and will say, I have built up a business on that, and Arey, ye to maine bhi socha tha. But it's not that. It's all about the execution, that what you thought and what you're executing in life. And we should keep doing harder things. See, it's all like, people have a thought process ki yaar, will I be able to do it, will I not be able to do it, or it's a risk, it's hard. A lot of people like to get into comfort zones of their corporate salaries, or what people will say, what my parents will say, what my relatives will say, and they fall into those kind of trap. See, being an entrepreneur is difficult. It's not easy job. You need to solve a lot amount of challenges, but it's the reward at the end of that journey that you get, that you are a respected individual, you create employment for people, you give jobs to people, you are a problem solver, you're contributing to the industry, you're contributing to your country. And what pride your parents will get once you achieve that is something very, amazing. It's like an athlete, you understand that nobody cares about an athlete till the time he is on that ground doing his hard work. It's only after the medal that you get that you start respecting it. But we forget that it is only one out of that 100 people who had their sweat and their soul put out of that ground, that this one person has won that medal. So with entrepreneurship, it's a risk, but the rewards are great. Like I think you would become a better person yourself. Uh, the skills that you acquire, the mindset that you prepare after going through that journey is amazing. You yourself will be proud of yourself. Like, do a recording while starting a business. I always recommend this to my kids who come up to me and say I want to start my business, and I say just give a pitch to yourself on a camera and talk about your business with your friends. And when you're doing this discussion, just record yourself and just record about what kind of person you are at this moment. And once you do that execution, after 3-4 years, just look back at that recording. You will feel that that guy was somebody else and you are somebody else today. And I could see that clearly with all my friends in the industry of who have been into this entrepreneur journey, who have taught me really well. And once you start doing things and have faith in God, I think the dots start connecting. People start coming into your life. Once you put that effort, the hard work, not giving up sense, trying to make each and every problem, solving each and every problem that come across your journey. Eventually, you end up doing things by hook or by crook, I suppose. And it's like even if you fail, it is only the first part of the journey. Then you're meant to do bigger things in life. I
Yeah.
always believe that fail in something right now, that is just because you needed to learn something from this failure and then implement it in the next part of your journey. So keep on doing that journey, and you never know, you will succeed in your first, or you will succeed in your 10th business. But to see if you what you do in your 10th business, you need to do the first business and fail in it. So that's my kind of a message to all the young entrepreneurs out there, that do difficult things, take risks, do hard things, and start executing stuff. Put stuff on paper, do a pilot, do it on a smaller scale if you want, but check the feedback, get the feedback, start working on the product. Eventually, you'll end up creating a business model and end up doing amazing things in life.
So thank you, Nikhil. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your valuable time.
Thank you, Sanju. I think this is a great series that you are starting. I wish you all the best for that.
Thank you.
And thank you for inviting me as your first guest on the talk.
Yeah, actually, it was planned long back. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was busy. This is my fault.
No problem.
But I wish you all the very best. And I think let's meet on another talk when you're doing the 50th or the 100th podcast of entrepreneurs in this particular series of your podcasts. All the best. Keep on doing the great job. I always feel great that somebody in my friend circle is doing blogging and vlogging a lot. I kind of try to keep up to all your video blogs or wherever you're doing. It's a great journey, and I wish you all the best for that.
Thank you, Nikhil, for your kind words, and thanks for your valuable time. I know it's a busy schedule for you, and you have taken almost like 1.5 hours for me. Thanks for that. And once again, I would wish the same thing. Rain, go away. Nikhil and Pratyush want to launch eZpedal.
Rains are important, so I'm not complaining. We need rains.
Yeah, that's what. But now it's time, right, to launch it up. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanju. Yep. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yep. Bye-bye.